G'day, friends and fans. Welcome to Tabletop News 46. I'm your host, the author, David Applegate, author of the books The Boyhood Arcade, Power Games, and Into the Elves Mount. Oops. Hold on a sec. Little quality of life issue. I'm your host, the author, David Applegate, author of the books The Boyhood Arcade, Power Games, and Into the Elves Mount. And obviously, before I begin, I'd like to thank the patrons and other supporters who help make this channel possible. And I invite you to join them. All my links are in the link tree, description below, QR code there on the screen. Please and thank you. Can you share out the video? Let people know we're live. Well, we're here. You can share it out anytime, not just when we're live, of course. Well, and of course, I forgot, Rumble viewers, you can support me on Locals. Join a community, help grow the channel, and support the channel at the same time. Please and thank you. Just sharing out the video, letting people know we're here. All right. Of course, my favorite site, we'll start with my favorite site, the bundle of holding. Oops, where are you? Here we go. Screen share. Thing is, when you activate screen share, it doesn't automatically go to screen share. So someone, yeah, there we go. Just gosh, I'm on butterfingers today. I know, right? I apologize. This is the thing about working live, is that when you make mistakes, you can't go. But the algorithm demands, of course, interactivity in hopes that you will chat and ask questions. So, of course, if you do want me to promote something, contact me on X or Facebook. But generally, here we go. Bundle holding the Dracula dossier. Now, this came from December 2017. It's a horror espionage game. Quite a mix. Now, the Agent Collection, the starter collection, is $19.95. Bit rich. And then you've got the Director Collection. Now, this is designed by Kevin Height's Gumshoe Tabletop Role-Playing Game Systems of Burnt Spies and Vampires from Pelgrane Press. Now, this is a resurrected bundle. Doesn't state if it's updated, but it was a 2014 Kickstarter campaign and has been quite successful. And given it is Halloween, Cthulhu themed, if you haven't noticed, we're doing a lot of Cthulhu themed stuff leading up to, and well, there's probably going to be a lot more to come. There's a lot of Cthulhu out there. Now, the Agents Collection is $54 retail. You can get it for $19.95, 3 titles. This is revived, not revised. So it's the 27. If you have this already, you have it. Pay the threshold price, $30.90. Bit warm, but you level up. Still bargain. And you are helping up and coming designers. The Agent Collection can pay the minimum. Actually, did I get this one in 2017? I don't think so. No. This is one I don't have yet. I don't have a lot of the early ones. I have some of the later ones in Cthulhu, but not this one. It's actually a lot of stuff I don't have. Burnt Spies and Vampires in a dark paranoid thriller. Knight's Black Agents brings Gumshoe Engine, a spelling for spies, for thrillers, combines the paranoia of Ronan and the Born Identity with supernatural horror straight from Bram Stoker. Investigation is crucial, but it doesn't slow down the action. Bone-crunching combat, high-tech tradecraft, and adrenaline-fueled chases. This is an update of the Gothic Terror. Yeah. Build your own vampires, mash them with minions, betrayal, grit, spy saga. 1-2 Enies. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, this is... Yeah, I think this is... Yeah, the original 2017 version. Yeah. Unredacted. All the secrets of Dracula. It's the censored version of Stoker's after-action report of the failed British intelligence attempt to recruit a vampire in 1894. Kenneth and Gareth have restored the deleted sections, inserting annotations and clues left by generations of MI6 agents. This is Dracula Unredacted, with new letters, recordings, diary entries, thought lost. Read what many have speculated for years about the vampires. The Edom Field Manual. For more than a century, top secret operations with MI6, codename Edom, has defended the United Kingdom from machinations of the undead. You've got various, it's a field manual for operations, special how it teaches you how to, teaches a lot about spycraft and how to pretty much play a spy. And it's a guide also to vampire hunting. Nice little collection, nice little trio. I mean, you are buying 3 for the price of 1, almost, the field manual, but still. The Director's Collection, still, I think, worth leveling up. I almost recommend almost every time to level up on these, because you get the best stuff in the bonus. Speaking of, we have the more mysteries of the vampires. In the Umbridge Files, it's a campaign for Trail of Cthulhu, follow-up leads, and the follow-up to Dracula Unredacted. Chase down real characters from Bram Stoker, their descendants, and the agents caught up in the backlash. You have conspiracies, eerie locations, vampires, vampire beasts, the Harkers, Van Helsing, and other stars of Van Stoker. The Scarlet Trail to follow. Yeah, you're on the trail of Scarlet, basically a blood trail. And you hunt down and kill Dracula, that is, if you survive the hunt. Included is the deck, locations, objects, opponents, and illustrated cards, random encounters. The Edom Files, more 8 missions for you to go up against the undead. Scenarios by Kite, Garth, Dennis Dwiddler from Delta Green. The Hawkins Papers, handouts from the original 1884 Edom. reports from the Balkans, German academics alike, and the centuries battle against the undead. More than 30 handouts for you to pretty much enhance your undead role-playing. Now, it doesn't matter what system you play, because anybody, like, if you're playing D20 and you take a D6 module, just just with your basic weapons, you just assign the equivalent damage from D&D weapons, and you turn your plus 1d6. All your bonuses are usually in D6 are usually plus D6, plus 2d6, etc. Just turn them into plus 1, plus 2, plus 3, etc. Very easy, very quick to convert. There's almost nothing, no thinking involved. I don't know if people need these massive conversion books. So if you're a good DM, you can run this in your head. Run any game in your head and play the scenario against the rule books in front of you. Now, the thrill of Dracula, 2 lifetimes of playing Dracula. Kenneth I analyze and dissects Dracula novels, movies, myths, tropes, symbols, story beats, and effects. And you can create your own king of vampires, standalone, or actually a good writer's tool right there. Worth the price for 98 pages. Although it does retail at 7 on its own. I mean, you've got all the housing letters and all the other stuff. And again, this is 13th age. You could put this straight into 13th age. Another good system. I recommend getting off D&D. I mean, I know people are addicted to it at this point, where it's the only system they play. But I mean, I get it. You're a fantasy fan, but really, D&D makes a good gothic horror setting, and there's a lot of material here. A lot of material, especially the Ravenloft players. But D&D in itself, you can play horror straight off the bat without having to build a new system or take a system from elsewhere. Just play the modules. I mean, just the modules alone are worth the level up price. Heck, a lot of modules these days, you're paying $20 for a module, a good one, big, thick, not your 5 sheets of paper module. Now, your Teeth RPG, this is a bargain at $7.95. 320-page core ball rulebook with bonuses for $7.95. Level up, and you get the collection. This is another fantasy horror tabletop game of cult, crime, and monsters in the accursed corner of 18th century England. I mean, think about it, 18th century England. It's blunderbusses and sword canes. I mean, what more do you need? Of course, you've got your cloak and dagger, of course. A grotesque tricomic meld of Blackadder and The Witcher. Teeth adapts the Fortune of Dark rules for monster hunting in the benighted Vale of the Duluth. $7.95 gets you DM3 Teeth role-playing core rulebook, along with 2 scenarios, House of the Hogman and False Kingdom campaigns. You want a second bite of the apple? Level up and get more Teeth, giving the introductory scenarios, Stranger, and Blood Cotillion. Additional retail value of $26. They pay the threshold price of only $16.46 for the whole lot. So they're a bargain. This is bargain price. And yeah, 3 to 6 people, set in a remote, Windblast Moors. You've got artifact hunting, you've got monsters, you've got occult powers, conspiracies, and the hardships of the wilderness, where you've got to go out, slay nightmare beasts and their monstrous corruptions, unravel the devilish intrigues, attend fancy balls, eat cursed pies, and maybe you just might get to keep your wig on. Anybody knows about the highwaymen, splitting the wig, the axe murders of the Moors. Yeah, a lot of good stuff there. A lot of meat pies, tasty pork pies. Look up the Johnny Depp movie, the one where he played the barber. Yeah, look up the real history behind that. You won't look at pork pies the same ever again. Nightmare of the Hogman. It's an introductory one-shot scenario about the perilous and unpleasantness. Your hapless travelers forced to flee from Hogman. Can I have some oats, brother? Those who know the meme know the meme. All right. False Kingdom. It's a standalone campaign where you're trying to survive the bloody succession in 12th century England. You've made a horrible mistake. You supported the false king by the pretender, of course. And the true king has arrived with his armies, yet you embark on absurd, disgusting Arthurian quest, stab each other in the back, not always metaphorically, and complete the tasks, and you get to be the one who recounts your deeds in court. Get titles and awards, all likely before meeting a horrible end anyway. More Teeth, beat the threshold price and get the bonus collection. More Teeth expands the game with inventory. New cursed inventory from Mandeville's ingenious mind. Milk of the Hogwoman. More locations and creatures. Hyperdimensional Jailbreak is a scenario where you can slot into a campaign where you go beyond the veil to a prison overtaken by mutant inmates. And Dog of the Hog Lord, a new campaign where the Hogmen are fighting to free the veil of the human menace. Plays a Hogman. Teeth, Stranger and Stranger. A quick start scenario to get you familiar with the rules, and it's very simplified. Just a quick game. Good for a Halloween game. Set aside an evening to scare the pants off each other and stab each other in the back. You know, what friends do. Teeth, Blood Cotillion, ballroom intrigue, and a one-shot scenario of the grotesque and unpleasantness of high society in cursed 18th century England. Formidable assassins disguised as husband hunting ingenuines who must root out the occult evil, destroy it, and survive. Amid the ballroom intrigue and occult savagery, the ingenious make horrifying decisions to achieve their victory over the supernatural and polite society. Harlots! Yes, $53 of RPG dentistry for $16.50. A bargain. Oh, well, paid a minimum. Yeah, paid a minimum 18. Boom, level up. Next up, we have the Corsairs of Cthulhu, Investigators for Call of Cthulhu, 7th edition. Of course, you can adapt this to anything. Single price, $7.95, gets you the entire collection, a bargain. Just $7.95, get all the DRM-free ebooks. Fighting the Mythos of the Golden Age of Piracy is a licensed Call of Cthulhu 7th edition campaign sourcebook set in the Caribbean. The great powers are planting their flags, founding colonies, and crushing local cultures. Islands are renamed, empires rise and fall, privateers sail under a patron's flag, but won't hesitate to raise the black when it's profitable. It's a guide to the historical period with rules for alchemy, voodoo, equipment, sea equipment, beasts, description of various ports, and of course, the non-mythical dangers such as disease, dehydration, sea monsters, and other pirates. You also got the slangs, the swears, the songs, and the shanties. A successful 2021 Kickstarter campaign. A time for sacrifice. The Mayan mysteries for Call of Cthulhu. Classic 1920s era. 5 linked adventures in the Mayan ruins of Central and South America. Explore the megaliths. Walk where the Mayans walk. Read the stones. Unravel the mysteries. And that's right. There are sacrifices to be made. The Devil's Swamp. Another licensed scenario from the 1920s. Bridgewater Preservation Society near Hockashmock Swamp in southern Massachusetts. The indigenous Winnipeg people have named this place Hockashmock, place where spirits dwell. It's a burial ground with more than 8,000 years old. Swamped. It's full of paranormal activities, ghosts, UFOs, thunderbirds, monster snakes, huge turtles, black dogs, Bigfoot, and mysterious race of small humanoids called the Pukwudgies, and more. Investigate where the police won't go. There's the anomalies, strange screams, unpleasant buzzing, satanic cults, and of course, witchcraft. Be warned. There's disorientation, time loss, terror, dread, and you are under observation. Of course, the various twisted vines, sinkholes, quicksand, marshes, and black rivers, and various ponds can take your life just as quickly as a eldritch horror. Star on the Shore is a sequel to The Haunting. After destruction of Boston's Chapel of Contemplation, where are what were or are the shadowy organization's aims? Desperate to find out. Well, what dark secrets line the heart in the picturesque Rockport on the New England coast? Set in 1921, blend of history and Cthulhuism with various handouts. $7.95. Fate of Cthulhu. Brilliant offering. Just checking the chat. I don't have dual screens. I gotta switch screens. Fate of Cthulhu. Yeah, I have this one. Yes, this is actually a nice one. It's called Rulebook and 9 Terrifying Timelines for $14.95. Only a few days left on this one. Yeah, the entire collection for one price. And it's a good price. $14.95. Fate of Cthulhu Core Rulebook. The stars are right, but you got to make them wrong again. The old ones have reached out from the future into our present, corrupted our timelines to bring about Judgment Day. Dun, 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 dun. Corruption mechanics to show how close you are to monsters and the monstrous abilities you gain. Spells and rituals, yeah. Of course, the secrets of elders. Of course, great power comes at a cost. See your corruption mechanics. Tracking timelines and support for ripple effects and time paradoxes. Stress and concessions mechanics, including support for heroic last stands and 5 detailed timelines with rules for making your own. Can you beat the monstrous ones before they beat you? And of course, along with this comes 9 preset timelines for various elder gods or aliens or secret societies. The Acelian conspiracy is about trading the elder gods for a mysterious alien invasion, spawning almost a century. Resistance seeks out to disrupt 4 critical events to prevent first contact in 1932. How did they truly succeed, or basically walking into a trap? Rise of Azeroth, the universe and everything in it itself, but the mysterious dreams of the monumental Azeroth, the sleeping god. And of course, the old ones are aware of this. They know their fragments and want to continue Azeroth's sleep. Get ready to face the source of it all. Rise of the Basilisk. The Basilisk is dangerous to the beholder, of course, but God thinks sublimes its beholder entirely, a way of thinking, a worldview, giving your mind so aligned and connected as become a single gestalt force. The basilisk will consume everything. Slow as the idea spreads, the resistance needs to fight indoctrination. Close the public schools. Rise of Hester. Cassandra, the blue flame of Hades, battles the unspeakable one in an effort to save the planet for Haster's all-consuming mantle of darkness. But the world is shattered and swallowed. Beat back oily waters and save the world from the alien pull of the Black Star. Rise of the Quiet. Prevent another self-inflicted apocalypse done humanity itself. Whatever the Quiet is, it turned victims into passive, quite selfless, courageous, deeply compassionate heroes until November 2030, when people started dying. Rise of Tuscarora. Humanity's become cattle. There's nowhere to hide. The shepherds are merciless, feasting on those who resist and cowering others into submission. Travel to Plaza stopped the events. Black Mesa led to the fall of humanity from unfolding. But time travelers, beware, the frog god is devious, and you may be walking into a trap and setting up his arrival. Rise of the Yig. Yig is the father of serpents, and he's awake. And secret organizations such as the Center of Defense Against the Elder Threats from the UN, the Chimney Union, and the Dark Light Net have contingency plans for the Great Old Ones, but they've never thought about Yig because he was not a major threat. But now he is. Rise of Yog Saloth. Face the Eeyore effect. Hope-killing plague spawned by the god outside of time and space. However, you have teens in 2050 that have developed time rituals that are going to send you back to nip this thing in the bud. But then again, you may be the cause of it. What are you waiting for? The zombie apocalypse, of course. What is the apocalypse without a zombie apocalypse, my friends? World-ending events from just inside a sterile building full of privileged technocrats. Pentagon. What is DARPA? As the member of Crocodile Club, you fight to end the cruel imperialists and travel the world hunting these monsters. What lengths will you go to stop the shamblers? Griselda Guides, 5th edition role-playing, ghastly source books, one price, $14.95, gets you the entire collection. Battle maps for hunting Incorporeal Undead in your next 5th edition campaign. Discover haunted beastly, loads of options, magic items, hunting guides, and tools for ghastly adventures. 12 new subclasses, new fully Australian monsters, ghost hunting guilds, campaigns for new mechanics for seances, mediums, and haunts, new magic items, sidekicks, feats, spells, and more. A successful 2022 campaign. Griselda's Cursed Curiosities, everything you need in Griselda's Cursed Curiosities. The Haunted Curiosities shop is a drop-in for any campaign to add horror. You might come across a weird trinket, useful magic items, or the unexpected next adventure. Ghastly encounters, 22 spooky encounters to slot into any campaign. From the wilderness, haunted houses, urban, underground, and various run-ins. You have ghostly pickpockets, quarter spirits, dangerous all the way to the ghost ships, and the Lost Journals. Further explanations of the supernatural. Embrace the supernatural. Ta-da! I have. Right. Next we have Quinn Arts. Quinn Arts commissions open as an illustrator, tabletop role-playing creator, and a metalhead who's, by the way, not paying me for this. I'm doing this because I like his work and I'm bringing it to your attention. However, the link's in the description below. I do get a commission from, but I'm not paid to do this, but I do get a commission from using the links in the description below, which only go towards buying more role-playing materials. I don't actually get cash money. I get cash money from my sales, but not from selling other people's products, if you understand what I mean. Yeah. Although that may change in the future. Right now, all I get is store credit. Road to Lunacy is actually, on my wish list. Call of Cthulhu. This product has not been reviewed or rated. I should actually get around to doing some reviews, but I'm going to need a bit more money to do that. So more sales, and I'll get a few products, do some reviews, go over them, go over the pros and cons. But this one is interesting, isn't it? It's a family vacation. Of course, you have the charming hitchhiker with the usual Cthulhu charming hitchhiker, terrifying secret, endless loops, insanity, horrors lurking in the shadows. Will you survive the madness? Will people succumb? Will you survive the tests? And you have four characters, 4 maps, and digital illustrations. Normally I do only one product per person, but this guy's got an amazing collection here. And it is Halloween, so Call of Cthulhu. We have Saints Peak, another adventure from Quico. So Saints Peak. Now this is comes from a Halloween sale, so it's for limited time sale right now. Does it say when it ends? Yeah. No. But I would guess the weekend. But here we have another adventure. This time we have set in the northern Spain in 1926, undergoing the harrowing and horrifying awakening of the cruel world. Yeah, 7th edition. Descend into the nightmare hidden realms. One's cardinal neighbors and family members will be forever transformed into terrifying entities, shattering the innocence of the Landner brothers. Maps, everything included. The Neighbor. Again on sale. The Johansons, extremely impoverished immigrant household, has recently moved to Liverpool. Their new neighbours are extraordinary, and they have to fight to escape a terror that would have not only come from the outside, but take root within, destroying them from the inside out. This is cosmic horror, psychological horror, it's cosmic horror blended with psychological horrors, plagued by uncertainty from both inside and out. I'm feeling completely uneasy and terrified. Next, we have horror at Solum Slaughterhouse from Micro RPG, another there's actually quite a popular. This is a bargain, less than $1 for a 1-page 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons horror adventure. And it's set for modern D20, which is pretty rare. But if you want to get into horror, there's nothing like a one-shot, a well-done one-shot to get you started. Shipments of beef and pork have been randomly stopped coming down from nearby village. You've been sent to investigate. It's happened. Now, you like to support the channel, join the crew, and I've increased the rewards, recruits. Actually, just by becoming a free member, you get 1 free battle map per month. Become a recruit, get another battle map. Become a squire, get all 4 battle maps, or get all 4 maps monthly, and become a knight, and you get the same maps but with their grids, and of course my thanks, and all the notifications about the relevant. Now, my RPG is based on my writing, and really disappointed with Patreon. Ever since they introduced, because my writing's considered 18 plus, they've introduced a new ID system, which has chased everybody off. Now, according to Patreon, that people are coming back. I'm yet to see people return, and I'm not the only one complaining. But there's nothing we can do. They say their hands are tied. And I've been hit now with ID verification, not just on Patreon. It's coming to Facebook. It's coming to Amazon. It's coming to what's it called? Substack, and ID verification will be coming to other platforms, even free platforms. They're pushing ID verification across the board. Now, because nobody opposed it, or those who opposed it on Patreon failed to get it stopped, and lo and behold, there is actually why it stopped now, there is a lawsuit against. Now, it's unrelated, but Visa and MasterCard are being sued for monopoly practices. These ID verifications have created monopolies. Those with big followings have become are now protected, as many people out there are either unwilling or to verify their identity online. So it's created a monopoly. Where I remember 20 years ago, age verification. Remember Age Pass? That got nixed after a couple of years, but it did a huge damage to, and these people haven't learnt. Time and time again, they have failed to protect our private data. They sell our protected data without permission, and now they're forcing you to give it over. And a lot of people, if you're willing to support me on Patreon and put up with the ID verification system, I please implore you to support me, because if I can't get supporters, I'm going to struggle to release my books in a timely manner. I've struggled to release my books in a timely manner. I've got 3 books waiting to release. You think, I know people out there think I'm made of money. I'm sorry, I'm not made of money. I rely on your support, and I was making enough off my Patreon to commission art and to get covers. And I'm soon going to launch a Kickstarter and see whether or not Kickstarter will be successful. But Kickstarter, Kickstarter is going to start verifying people's identity. You just can't get away from it. So either you put an end to it now and bring back the old system, or you're going to see people like me wiped off the map, because the the few who are willing to hand over their private information to these companies support the big name stars. And because I'm not a big name star, I am pretty much stuck hands and knees trying to get people to support me. I don't know if it's ageism, sexism, or that I'm not American. I just get no feedback what's wrong. And yet people keep telling me they love my books, but only when they're free, apparently. And that's really, really, really cheesing me off. Because I deserve to make a living from my writing. Don't you deserve to make a... Oh, chat just got disconnected for some reason. I'm sorry to rant on like this. Most of you out there have got no clue what's going on, and I understand that because you haven't been either asked to verify your identification, or those who have, clearly, you just let your patrons lap. And others, yes, I understand that people either feel they've given enough or they can no longer financially afford that. I'm talking about the people who deliberately withhold that that they don't understand that they just sit there and passively take this garbage. They oppose it, but they passively take it. That's what I'm talking about. And that has basically chased off all the support I used to have. Basically, and if you, I just don't know what to do. Subscribestar won't, and subscribes. Nobody's following me on Subscribestar. People kept asking for it, and then when I put it up, never heard from them again. That's what's really cheesing me off. I had Ko-Fi, I got many ways to support the channel, and they're the ones who cheesed me off. And you wonder why some of you out there, I get upset. I know I'm a little bit emotional. And a lot of people say, get a job. Well, I'm not talking to those people ever again. I'm sick and tired of explaining why I don't have a job and why I'm poor. Okay? And I think it's clear to some people why. And, I am just too highly strung. I'm a danger to myself and others in the workplace. If I forget something, you can imagine being forgetful is a major problem. And the worst part is you know what's wrong with you, and there's nothing you can do about it. You don't know how horrifying it is to be and how important your support is, and tolerance for little petty mistakes, because I can't help myself. I cannot. There's no medication in the world that's going to stop. Okay, there's no cure. There's no medication, no therapy. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please support the channel. You can support me on Future Fantasy at Ko-Fi. You can support me on my Patreons, of which there are 2. Links are in the description below. I also have books and merch. Please and thank you. All my links are in the link tree. I really appreciate those who support me and continue to support me. I really appreciate it. And it really helps because with it, I buy covers, buy art. And I'm going to do a Kickstarter to see about that to launch my new book. Hopefully that will be soon. And with that, there'll be artworks and various bonuses. There'll be various bonus artworks with the paperback, as well as a signed special edition. and then I'll launch the book on Amazon for pre-sale but the special editions will remain once off unless there's enough demand for, but then again, it reduces that special edition. So I think I'll have to resist and just basically, but if I've got printed copies left over, I'll have to sell them off, of course. But who knows? But I will be offering a bonus. I have offered all my books free to anybody who stays signed up, but it's just, I don't know, it just doesn't seem to be enough to most people. I don't understand why. But anyway, thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.